Sometimes the quietest and most refined have the greatest impact. Hi everyone, Ken here. Today we are heading to Boston to explore a mansion whose owner and decor both share this very sentiment. Hit that subscribe button and let's explore this house. Born in Salem, Massachusetts in 1826, William Crowninshield Endicott grew up surrounded by deep-seated traditions of his family's history. His ancestors had been part of Salem's earliest days, including the colonial governor John Endicott. But young William had his own path to carve out, even if he didn't seem destined for the spotlight. After graduating from Harvard in 1847, William went straight into law, quickly building a reputation for being thoughtful and fair-minded. In the early 1850s, he joined Salem's Common Council, the beginning of a long stretch in public service. In this small but lively town, he became well known for his work as a city solicitor, representing Salem with the same calm determination he would bring to every role. William's dedication to his community and his careful approach to the law earned him respect well beyond Salem. In 1873, he was appointed to the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court. As a judge, he was well known for a steady hand and a balanced perspective that earned the trust of both his colleagues and the public. Even when his political ambitions hit roadblocks, like his failed bids for Congress and governor, it never seemed to rattle him. William wasn't after fame, he was after progress. It was his steady demeanor that caught the attention of President Grover Cleveland, who appointed William as Secretary of War in 1885. This was a major leap from Salem, but William embraced the role. One of his biggest accomplishments was leading the Endicott Board, a committee tasked with upgrading America's coastal defenses. His recommendations led to a series of new forts along the U.S. coastline, a project that would fortify the nation well into the 20th century. William also introduced exams to ensure that only the best officers rose in the ranks, setting a high standard for military leadership. After his term came to an end, he returned to Massachusetts. There he purchased this towering Second Empire-style mansion in the heart of Boston's Back Bay. The residence had originally been completed over 2 decades prior in 1872 and boasted over 100 feet of frontage along Marlborough. No expense had been spared in its construction, being clad with a mix of red brick and limestone, not to mention copper and iron accents. Though for as grand as the facade may be, the interior takes the spotlight. To enter the mansion, we'll pass between the portico's grand columns and find the double doors. This leads us through the vestibule and into the entrance hall, finished out with parquet flooring and fluted pilasters. Turning around, we are welcomed by an incredibly intricate floor-to-ceiling fireplace, stealing our attention away from the grand marble staircase. To one side is the octagonal reception room, where we might imagine waiting as guests if visiting socially. However, if we were here on business, we might be ushered straight into the study. But as for us, we are here to explore the house, so let's head up the grand staircase to find the best rooms in the home arranged off the upper halls. First we'll find the parlor, which could be cleared of its furnishings to double as the ballroom. It is clad in painted wall panels with gilded plaster festoons delicately gracing the frieze. We can only imagine how elegant this must have appeared in the dim, twinkling light of the crystal chandelier. To one end is the library, visually dominated by a robust fireplace surround with gilding found on the lower mantle's lion's heads and neat geometric relief drawing our eyes towards the upper mantle. Skirting the library, we find glass-paned bookcases carrying the same decorative motifs all the way to the bay window. The library is positioned on the outer corner of the house and actually boasts 2 bay windows, allowing ample natural light to flood the space, leaving little need for lamplight in the daytime. Opposite the parlor, we'll find the dining room, once again dominated by a floor-to-ceiling fireplace, though the detailing in this room is nothing like we have seen so far in the house. From the wainscoting to the frieze, and from the vibrant wallpaper depicting vines and creatures, this room would have made a strong visual impact that guests would be sure to remember. William did not live here for long, passing away in 1900 and leaving behind a legacy of service and quiet strength. His reforms outlasted him, echoing through the military, government, and communities he cared about so much. For William Crowninshield Endicott, success was never about grand gestures, but about steady progress and a belief in making things better. His story remains a reminder that history is often shaped not by the loudest voices, but by the steadiest hands. As for his grand mansion, his family continued to live in the house for decades. The heirs finally sold the mansion in 1958, and it was subsequently divided up into a rooming house. Since then, it has changed hands and been reimagined as condos. While the opulent interiors may have been lost to time, the facade remains respectfully maintained to this day. What did you think about this mansion? Did you have a favorite room or architectural detail? Let me know down below in the comments section. And while you're there, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an exciting episode of this house.